How would you like to get more customers for your local business using high-quality AI articles? In today's episode with Stefan Fehr. And what's so special about Stefan is that he's an AI pioneer and founder of ModernIQs.com, and he is building thousands of free AI apps that don't need prompting and can be stacked to create automated workflows in minutes. Also, he is speaking and blogging about the future, technology, society, and AI. And the first question I have is, what's the secret to your success? And does coming up with AI apps and AI solutions have anything to do with that?
AI Superwoman podcast with Lily Patrascu shares the world's most innovative AI tools and processes to go from technophobe to AI pro, attract leads, close sales, automate your business, enhance productivity, and deploy AI agents to do your work.
Hello. Yeah. Thanks for inviting me. So that's a good question. Well, I guess certainly. So the trick is to automate. And or only automate, like don't automate everything, right? Because then you spend your time automating instead of working. So every time, so what we do is every time we automate something, it's working afterwards for us. So we can work on the quality of the automation instead of working on the work. So everything gets better all the time. Yeah. AI certainly helps with this because, it's just a better, it's like a more potent automation tool. So you can do more and less. And that's what we're doing with our apps, and that's what we're doing with our articles. And I guess reducing processes, creating more potent automation. That's basically the key. Yeah. Don't use here's something in the beginning. Don't use employees. I'm sorry that I'm saying it, but employees are just not as good as software anymore in a lot of cases, especially when you have a IT business. Yeah.
So tell us about AI articles. Now, I have written some AI articles with AI leveraging ChatGPT, and I think my team has leveraged other tools like Copy AI and some other similar tools. And what's the difference between that kind of tools, those kind of tools, and the blog AI generator that you have created? How can entrepreneurs save time and create high quality articles that can potentially bring them millions of people down the line to their business?
So well, millions always sounds like a high number, but there are websites like healthline.com. They get, I think currently it's like 100 million monthly visitors. And they basically do blogging, extreme high quality blog articles in the health sector. So our goal was always to create an app that creates the same kind of quality in seconds, right? So you kind of only enter the headline or maybe some background information, then the system creates images, reduces. There's like if you want to create an article that ranks globally on Google, the more like Google wants to see many things you do. And if you don't do it, so they take time, right? Like, for example, creating a table of contents, uploading images to your article, but then the images need to be small size, so the article loads fast, and the images need to have a text for blind people, alternative image text, and there's like hundreds of those steps, and the more you do, the higher the quality gets in the eyes of a search engine, and the more then it sends you people on your website, right? So basically it's a quality versus time game. And we created a one-click app. So basically you only need to enter a headline. You should enter some background information as well. Like, for example, you could use the transcript of the podcast episode as background information. And then we have another app now where you can create headlines. So you could, for this episode, you could create 10 headlines and then take the transcript and create 10 extreme high quality articles out of it. Because if the system has some sophisticated background information like a transcript, then the quality that comes out is pretty crazy. Yeah. And it takes seconds. Yeah.
Okay, so what's the difference between your AI blog generator and ChatGPT, for example? Why should people use your app versus ChatGPT or Copy AI or something similar? What's the unique selling point that your app has?
Well, you basically can use ChatGPT, but the thing is, those hundreds of steps still take hours and hours, even with ChatGPT. And with our app, it takes seconds. So basically, you're not going to rank for every article. So so what you kind of want to aim for is having a lot of high quality articles. And with ChatGPT, as I said, our quality level, you probably take something like 4 hours per article. And with our system, you take 10 seconds.
But tell us why...
Maybe more.
Why does a normal like ChatGPT article take 4 hours to make? Because I mean, normally when I put the prompt in, the response is kind of automated. So tell us about the 4 hours thing that you're talking about. Why does it take 4 hours?
So basically, with ChatGPT, you tell it first of all, you gotta tell it, please create a blog article for me, right? Then you gotta tell the system what kind of title you want, what it should be in there. Then it creates the article. Then you tell it, please create a table of contents. If you don't do, right? So then you have like the text of the article and the table of contents, but you need images. So you start telling the system, please create an image for this text section. Then it does. Then it's not good. Then you do it again. Every time you create an image, it takes 20 seconds. Then you have an image that is something like 3 megabytes in size. So you got to download it. You got to upload it to another website to reduce it to like a good small format that it's like something like 20 kilobytes. Then you have one small image. You got to have like 5 or 10 per article. And then then you upload the other ones, reduce the size, then you upload everything to your website. And that's been like maybe 5 steps out of 100 that you should do. And with ChatGPT, ChatGPT only does the text and the images, right? It doesn't upload to your website. It doesn't do plagiarism checks. It doesn't do, all the stuff. So if you don't do those, you need to be more lucky for something to rank. And the more of those you do, the higher the standard quality is in the eyes of, Google, for example. Yeah.
So tell us, what kind of tick boxes do we need to tick in order to create a high quality article? Now, I'm assuming that your AI blog generator has some sort of SEO keywording into it, which means that when someone is typing, let's say, how to heal your sore throat or something, then you are going to create some sort of article that will be kind of ranking for that particular long phrase. And then hopefully millions of people at some point down the line will actually land on that, and then will lead to you attracting a lot of potential clients to your website. And then hopefully you have something once they're there to kind of capture them, capture their name, their email, their phone number, whatever it is, so that you can start kind of to connect with them and offer them alternative products and services. So tell us more about this tick box that a normal high quality article should have, and tell us how your AI blog article generator meets those kind of criteria.
Well, it's basically exactly as you said, right? The more quality an article has, the more likely it is to rank on Google. This also, it kind of depends on is your business local, or are you trying to attract local customers because you have an empty restaurant, or you want to have more people visiting your gym? Or do you want to rank globally for something like we do with our startup challenges and solutions directory? In both cases, the higher the quality is, the more the higher the spots on Google you with your content. And then you just gotta have something like a sign up form or whatever, so people are going to visit your website more. And what you do with those leads is then up to your sales. And
thank you. But tell us more about what does a normal high quality article need to do in order to rank normally? Is it that they have to contain, for example, the main, like for example, the title, let's say how to heal your throat, your sore throat.
Yeah. So you want to have like details.
Well, tell us some details of what should a normal high quality article contain, so we can kind of compare what a normal ChatGPT output could do versus what your AI blog generator could do. That is like a whole lot better.
So well, of course you got to do. So our system is not doing keyword research yet. You gotta if you only put out an article, if you want to rank globally, you should do keyword research with a third-party tool before, right? Then once you have your keyword, you can use, for example, our app to create a headline. And then you take the headline and create the article. So an article that ranks is usually, you got to have a certain number of words. So I think the current standard is something like at least below. Then, I mean, if you don't have any images, it's like the worst you can do. If you have one image, it's what most others have as well. So if you want to be better than others, and Google likes to see if an article has several images and they match the content, Google can see what is in the images today. And if it matches the text around it, Google sees this as higher quality, right? If you have a table of content where people can click on the subheadlines and jump to the points in the article, Google sees this as higher quality. And if you like, for example, you don't want to have plagiarism on your website. If you do have plagiarism, it's very bad for your overall rankings. So if you do all this with ChatGPT, I've seen people telling ChatGPT, please check for plagiarism, but there's no ChatGPT will tell you then it's plagiarism free or something, but there's no mechanism inside that actually checks if it is. It's just telling you something. So like a lot of people are getting tricked into this. They don't even understand what ChatGPT can do and what it can't do. Right. So something like, and if you have plagiarism, as I said, I'm not sure how badly this is affecting your website, but it's pretty severe. I think it's not even, it's affecting multiple, like your entire presence, but at least this one article for sure. So, so kind of, even if you do everything, all the steps manually, and you spend hours for one article, then you still need another system just to check plagiarism. Then I mean, grammar is quite good right now, but you got to upload it to your website. You have to make it look nice. So for our system currently places images left and right, always like, how do you say, like left, right, left, right, left, right, right? And so this is all looking nice. It's looking nice on mobile, right? You got to, like, there's a lot of things you have to do. And if you don't do them, you need to be more lucky to rank. And also it's quite rare because if there's a keyword that people search for a lot, there's usually competition. So, yeah.
Thank you. So tell us, how would, let's say, a restaurant leverage this technique in order to kind of hope to attract hundreds and maybe thousands of clients over time? And how long do you think it would take? Is it like 6 months? Is it longer than 6 months to kind of start to see a result? So
here we go. Let's say a restaurant. So as a restaurant, just think now you're a restaurant owner. Think about, everybody has a website today, but nobody has, like, this technology is new. So it's like your competition will not have many articles on their website. So if somebody is searching for Asian food, Amsterdam, there's a lot of restaurants that are Asian restaurants. So, but if somebody's searching for chicken teriyaki, for example, and you're the only one that has an article, or you're the only one that has an article for Asian kitchen, Asian food, like every meal you have on your menu, you could have a blog article on. And if you do, Google understands this. Google then sees, okay, you covering your topic way more than your competitors. And I mean, if you're covering your topic way better than all your local competitors, Google is going to send you more traffic. It's quite easy. That's the same for a cocktail bar. You can create an article for every cocktail on your menu, or as a gym, right? Nutrition tips, workout techniques, whatever. Any local business can create articles for their business. Any business really can. Yeah.
Thank you. In terms of having the articles being created with AI, is there any way to make sure that this technique actually works? Because I think that Google prioritizes original articles, right? I'm not sure if original articles that are not necessarily AI generated.
So actually, I'm not that sure anymore. I guess the quality of the AI content is surpassing humans by a far amount, or like already, or soon will be. It's on its way. So I would say I wouldn't say so, to be honest. How do I say? It kind of depends on your use case as well, right? So, for example, if you create an article for food, for a dish, then this is not that doesn't need to be expert opinion in the article, right? If you create an article about Long Island iced tea Manhattan, for example, right? It's a recipe, right? Or it's like the history or whatever. If you want to rank globally for an expert topic, I would always recommend to first check what the AI is doing, and also put some. So we have the title field, but we also have background information field, and you can put anything in there. So you can say, I give you the example for podcast host now. So you could say, this is a transcript of a podcast episode of the podcast named your podcast, right? Then the host is your name, the guest is Stefan's name, and then please reference the transcript multiple times in the article and make it sound like the host. So make it sound like the host. When you have some background information, like a transcript, for example, you can tell the system, make it sound like it's been written by the host. So that also already changes the style a lot. And if you tell it, like, reference the transcript multiple times, then the quality that comes out is already unmatched. I think a human would need weeks and weeks to create an article like this, in which AI, even ChatGPT can do something like that quite good. So yeah, it's basically, when you have good background information, it already passes human skills by a far amount, I would say. Yeah, no concern on this topic, on this part.
You would need to give the example of how you normally write. Let's say you give your AI blog generator an example of some articles that you've previously written, and then that would be a good way for this AI blog generator to create articles that are in that same kind of tone of voice and style of how you would normally write, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh, as you speak, right? When you have the transcript, it's the same thing, right?
Okay.
And if you don't, by the way, you can just enter a couple of lines of background information. For example, what I always like to do is I give it a headline, and then I say, please focus on this. Write the article around this idea, and then you tell the system so that it's not just taking some generic content which is most obvious, but it's focusing on what you wanted to focus on. That's important as well. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so let's say if people were to write articles with ChatGPT instead, what would you say that they are missing out on the most versus using your tool?
Well, so the thing is, as I said, if you cover your topic well, then Google sees that you are an expert in the field. So that means having hundreds of articles, and hundreds of articles take thousands of hours with ChatGPT in the same quality. So what they're missing out on is ranking opportunities, right? Not every article is going to rank. And the more articles you have, the more Google sees you as an expert if they have high quality. So if you create an article with ChatGPT and you do one image, if you want to create it in the quality level we do, it'll take a long time. And if it takes a long time, you will end up with 10 articles. And then you say, yeah, I know I should blog again, but it's taking so much time. I do it next week and it never happens. So your website end up with 10 articles and maybe one of them is going to rank relatively well because you don't have hundreds, you have 10. and so basically you're missing out on the 3 articles out of 100 that are landing on the top spots on Google. And those are getting you 95% of the traffic. And you're missing out on Google seeing you as an expert. And yeah.
Thank you. In terms of leveraging your AI blog generator, what kind of information should entrepreneurs give it in order to make sure that the article created is of the highest possible quality?
Well, so for example, if you take the transcript of this podcast episode, that'll be highest possible quality. Because it's so rich. I'm explaining things in so much detail right now. And if you take that, if the AI has this kind of rich background information, then the quality that comes out is quite extreme. I'm quite addicted to always seeing this. It's amazing. But other than that, you have to be like, you are the expert in your field. You have, I'm speaking to the audience now, right? You have your content idea. For example, I had a content idea about how we could create a factory. We could have an AI deconstructing global engineering to come out with a standardized part set of 200 parts. And then we create a factory that creates those 200 parts so we can colonize Mars. Because we can have 200 parts to build cars, houses, streets, whatever. So what I'm telling the AI is exactly this. I'm giving it the headline. Then I'm telling it, look, I want to write an article that focuses around this idea. And then I'm giving it 10, sentences of text. I'm usually dictating into, I'm having good mic, dictating into my MacBook, and it's writing it down. But if it depends on your use case. You don't always need maximum quality. If you want to create, health, if you want to rank globally, and you want to, create an article for a dish on your menu, you kind of need the headline of the article. That's it. If you want to put maximum quality, just fill it with high detail information. Yeah.
Thank you. Now, normally, the reason why people kind of tend to write articles is because they have some information only they know.
Yeah.
Other people don't. So how do you kind of get around that? Because let's say I could put, personal branding, or I could put book publishing, but, like your AI blog generator doesn't have my information, right? Doesn't have like the blueprints that I have, the blueprints that I use, that kind of thing. So you would have to give it that information, right?
Yeah, that's just exactly what I said before. It's like create the headline, write down the headline into the system, and then just give it your 5 sentences of your core content idea. So you can see this tool more as a very high potent extension of your expert knowledge. So you feed it, you tell it the title, and in the background information, you tell it your idea, your expert knowledge. And then the system, it takes those 5 or 10 lines of text and it makes a full-fledged article out of it, focusing on all the important points and, filling it with images and so on. So it's like it's like you have maybe then the work of maybe, let's say, 1 minute writing everything down, and the article generator makes it a 20-hour work thing done. Upload it to your website.
Does this AI blog generator, does it have any sort of like distribution tool as well, or does it have any way of actually connecting to your website and then posting it there, or how does it work exactly?
Yeah, that's. I mean, this is part of the idea, is that you as the user don't need to do a second click, right? So basically, we're currently fully integrated with WordPress, and we send our articles via email as well. So for example, if you if you have a we have a tutorial, you can set up your WordPress in 1 minute. It's very easy. And then the article will be uploaded and the content and the images to your website. And it'll be in draft, so you can have a quick check over it and then publish it. If you want it to be delivered via email, you can open the email and just like copy everything. And then this is pretty cool as well, because you can use this to create an article for LinkedIn, for example. And then it has, and this is what nobody really has on LinkedIn, it'll have like multiple images in the article as well. And I mean, everybody has like the cover image on LinkedIn, but nothing else. And all you got to do basically is copy everything and paste it into LinkedIn or X, right? And you can launch publish an article there as well. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Tell us where entrepreneurs can find you and your blog generator.
So that's moderniqs.com. Yeah. And I'm basically everywhere. I'm publishing a lot on LinkedIn and on everywhere on social media. And yeah.
Follow me for more AI productivity tools.